Hi guys, today we are diving into one of Britain's strangest and most explosive tales, the Gunpowder Plot of 1605. Now, every year on the 5th of November, we Brits gather around bonfires setting off fireworks to burn a Guy Fawkes dummy in celebration of, well, stopping a massive explosion that would have blown up the Houses of Parliament. And yes, we even have a poem for it. Remember the 5th of November. Gunpowder, treason and plot. Catchy, right? It's a tale of conspiracies, betrayal and religious tensions. But was it all a tale as straightforward as it seems? Let's dig in and find out. So here's the basic story. Back in 1605, England was a Protestant nation ruled by King James I, who wasn't exactly popular with the Catholics. After years of being pushed to the sidelines, some Catholics had enough and they decided, right, we're going to blow up the king and, well, all of Parliament with him. So enter our main man to this story, the famous Guy Fawkes, or Guy Fawkes, as he was known in the plot. He and his fellow conspirators rented out a cellar beneath the Houses of Parliament and filled it with 36 barrels of gunpowder. The idea, light the fuse during the state opening of Parliament and take out the king, the lords, well, the lot of them. A simple plan, right? But like all good conspiracies, things didn't go to plan, and that's why we're still learning about it today. The plot unravelled when an anonymous letter known as the Monteagle letter reached the authorities. The letter warned a Lord Monteagle to steer clear of the Parliament on November the 5th. The authorities found it fishy and decided to search the place, and lo and behold, they found Guy Fawkes in the cellar caught red-handed with enough gunpowder to make one hell of a big bang. He was tortured and he confessed, and the rest of the conspirators were hunted down. Now here's where the conspiracies actually start to kick in and what you guys are watching. Some people reckon the Gunpowder Plot wasn't just an attempted assassination. They say it was a whole setup, a government trap to root out people who did not believe in Catholicism. Basically, they think King James's men knew about the plot all along and allowed it to progress just to have a reason to crack down on the Catholics. Sneaky, right? And it did actually happen a year later. The Monteagle letter itself is also a bit fishy. Some say it was a clever plan by the government to bring the plot into the open just at the right time. Who sent the letter? We will never know. But it's the timing, it was almost too perfect. Maybe the government didn't just catch wind of the plot, they might have been the ones orchestrating it. So before I move on to Robert Cecil, I just want to say, if you can hear big bangs in the background, it's the Saturday before the 5th of November fireworks night. So a lot of people who can't celebrate in the week, they do it on a Saturday night, which explains why there's loads of bangs and there's just smoke all in the air. You won't understand unless you're in Britain, but I guess in America that's your 4th of July celebrations. I won't talk about that being a Brit. Anyway, let's talk about Robert Cecil for a moment. This bloke was King James's chief minister, and let's say he wasn't above a bit of manipulation. Cecil was one of those political types who liked to stand in the shadows and pull all the strings. Some people believe he let the plot unfold to make himself look like he was a bit of a hero and just to justify cracking down on Catholics. Cecil's involvement adds a whole layer of suspicion to the plot. Think about it. If Cecil had advanced knowledge of the plot, he could have controlled it from behind the scenes, all while appearing to be the king's loyal protector. Talk about playing both sides. Right, let's move on to Guy Fawkes now. He wasn't just a bloke with a grudge, he actually fought for the Catholic Spain in the 80-year war. Some conspiracy theorists say that Spain was secretly backing the plot, hoping to bring down the Protestant King James. Spain had its reasons to support a Catholic uprising in England after all. They wanted more influence in Europe, and what better way than putting the man on the throne in England? I do need to point out that there isn't that much evidence to actually support Spain's direct involvement, but it does make you wonder where the outside players actually involved pushing the plot forward. So now let's talk about Robert Catesby, the actual mastermind behind the Gunpowder Plot. He's not as famous as Guy Fawkes, mostly because he didn't live to tell the tale. When the plot was foiled, Catesby and a few others fled and holed up in a house. They had a big shootout with the authorities. Catesby was killed, coincidentally, which was quite convenient if you think about it. He was never brought to trial, he never questioned, never had a chance to spill the beans on any bigger names involved. Some people say that he was silenced on purpose, either by the government agents or by his co-conspirators to keep things quiet. So it's just a little bit odd. We're never really going to know. It's just one for you to think about. So I'm now going to move on to one of the lesser known theories. What if some of the conspirators actually got away? It's said that a few of the plotters might have escaped England altogether, disappearing into the shadows to avoid capture. There's no solid evidence for this one, but the idea that some of these men might have gone underground adds a whole nother layer to the mystery. Now, let's move on to present day. And it's actually quite ironic, really. Guy Fawkes is remembered less as a traitor and more as a symbol of rebellion. Thanks to movies like V for Vendetta, the Guy Fawkes mask has become an icon for anti-establishment movements around the world. It's ironic, really, if you think of Anonymous, the hackers. The man who tried to blow up Parliament is now a symbol for people fighting against tyranny. And every November the 5th, we Brits set off fireworks, burn bonfires, light up effigies of Guy Fawkes. It's like we're celebrating both his failure and his rebellious spirit. It's a bit weird when you actually think about what we're doing when we just stood around the bonfire. So what do you reckon anyway? Was the Gunpowder Plot really a straightforward tale of treason, or was it a setup orchestrated by government insiders who wanted an excuse to crack down on the Catholics? Did Spain have a hand in it? Was Catesby silenced to keep secrets buried? The truth, as they say, might be stranger than fiction. But whatever the real story is, one thing's for sure: November the 5th will always be remembered as a night of conspiracies, fireworks and a bit of good old-fashioned British rebellion. Right, it leaves me to say thank you for watching this video. If you like this type of thing, or you've got your own conspiracy theory, pop it in the comments. Who knows, I might even do a video on it one day. If you want to keep watching things like this, please subscribe and hit the little bell icon. That will notify you every time I upload a video. So what I want to do now is say thank you for watching. Stay curious, my friends. Shane, over and out. And remember the 5th of November. Bye.